Well, hello again, friends and neighbors from around the world. Sid Hi here again with another sermon about the commonalities. And today's sermon relates to how this applies to Hinduism. So I'm doing these videos mainly as reference points because in future videos I'll talk about the commonalities, and I want you to be able to go back and reference uh, this information as it pertains to your religion. Now, granted, I'm not doing one on every religion, but you'll get the general idea, and at least if it does apply to yours, you can look back at these and look up the actual data about your religion. So I apologize in advance for any mispronunciations, and I'm going to try and do my best, as I'm not the greatest at reading out loud, especially off a teleprompter. I'm out of my comfort zone, but you got to do what you got to do because I want to get these done. So I appreciate you sticking with me as much as you can on these. And so without further ado, let's just jump into it. All right, Hinduism started approximately 3000 BCE. Hinduism, one of the world's oldest religions, offers a wealth of positive aspects that have influenced individuals and societies globally. Spiritual practices. Hinduism emphasizes practices like yoga and meditation, which promote physical and mental well-being. These practices have gained global recognition for their health benefits. Philosophical depth. The religion provides profound philosophical insights through texts like Bhagavad Gita, encouraging self-reflection, ethical living, and spiritual growth. Diversity and inclusivity. Hinduism embraces a wide range of beliefs, rituals, and traditions, fostering a sense of inclusivity and respect for different paths to spirituality. Community and festivals. Hindu festivals like the Wala and Hala bring people together, promoting joy, unity, and cultural richness. One of my favorites, environmental awareness. Many Hindu practice emphasizing living in harmony with nature, advocating for sustainability and respect for the environment. Easy for me to say. Focus on well-being. The religion integrates positive psychological concepts aiming for a fulfilling and flourishing life. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, everybody needs that. These teachings from Hinduism focus on living a life of righteousness, compassion, truthfulness, and devotion, aiming to create a harmonious and fulfilling life. All right, jumping into the commonalities. First up, love and compassion. Karuna, compassion. Compassion is essential for spiritual growth. It's about showing empathy and understanding toward others, alleviating their suffering, and acting with a sense of duty and righteousness. Prema, love. Love in Hinduism is multifaceted. It encompasses romantic love, familiarity love, sneha, selfless love, bhakta, and universal love, Mayatra. Bhakta, in particular, is the devotional love towards God and is considered a path to moksha, liberation. All right, next up on the commonalities, helping the poor. In Hinduism, helping the poor and performing acts of charity, known as dana, is considered an important and virtuous duty. This concept is deeply ingrained in Hindu philosophy and teachings. Here are some key principles relating to helping the poor in Hinduism. Dharma, righteous duty. One's dharma includes helping those in need and supporting the less fortunate. This is seen as a moral obligation for individuals. Karma, actions and their consequences. Performing acts of charity and kindness generates positive karma, which can lead to a more favorable rebirth and spiritual growth. And it's just a good thing to do while we're here. Compassion and selflessness. Hindu scriptures emphasize the importance of compassion, selflessness, and empathy towards others. especially those who are suffering. All right, that's all really good. Equality and respect. Hindu teachings advocates for the respect and dignity of all individuals, regardless of their social or economic status. All right, next up on the commonalities is forgiveness. In Hinduism, forgiveness is considered a profound virtue and an essential part of spiritual growth. It is often associated with self realization and the idea that letting go of grievances helps individuals progress on their spiritual journey. The Bhagavad Gita, a key text in Hindu philosophy, emphasizes the importance of forgiveness as a way to release anger, embrace compassion, and achieve inner peace. Forgiveness is also seen as a divine quality exemplified by deities and saints. It is believed that practicing forgiveness not only benefits the individual, but also contributes to harmony and balance in relationships and society. And boy, don't we need a bunch more of that. All right, next up, promoting peace and reconciliation. Hinduism places a strong emphasis on peace and reconciliation, rooted in its core principles are of nonviolence, compassion, and unity. Here are some key ideas. Ahisa, ahimsa, nonviolence. Central to Hindu philosophy, ahimsa teaches that all living beings are sacred and deserve respect. Boy, I like that line. Practicing nonviolence in thought, word, and deed is seen as essential for fostering peace and harmony. Unity and harmony. Ancient Hindu texts, like the Rig Veda, emphasize the importance of unity and collective well being. For example, a verse from the Rig Veda states, "Come together, talk together, let our minds be in harmony, united be our hearts, united be our intentions." That's a good one. Karma and Dharma. Hinduism encourages individuals to act in accordance with their dharma, moral duty, and to generate good karma, moral actions. Ah, yes, the actions, very good. Promoting peace and reconciliation aligns with these principles as it contributes to personal and societal harmony. Mahatma Gandhi's legacy. Gandhi, a devout Hindu, exemplified the Hindu commitment to peace through his philosophy of Satyagraha, truth force, and nonviolent resistance. His teachings continue to inspire efforts toward reconciliation and social justice. Whew, easy for me to say. Next up, humility and service to others. In Hinduism, humility, vinaya, and service to others, seva, are considered essential virtues that align with spiritual growth and dharma, moral duty. These qualities are deeply rooted in its teachings and scriptures. Humility as a virtue. Humility is seen as crucial for self-realization and spiritual progress. Hindu texts like the Bhagavad Gita emphasize the importance of humility as part of a virtuous life. For instance, chapter 13 mentions humility as one of the qualities of true wisdom. Practicing humility involves letting go of ego and pride to connect with the divine and others. All right. Seva, selfless service. Concept of seva or selfless service is central to Hindu philosophy. Service to others is viewed as an act of devotion to God, as the divine resides in all beings. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, teaches the importance of performing one's duty selflessly without attachment to the outcome as a path to liberation. All right. Karma Yoga, path to selfless action. Hinduism identifies Karma Yoga as one of the paths to spiritual enlightenment. It involves serving others and fulfilling responsibilities with a spirit of humility and without expectations of rewards. This practice fosters compassion and reduces selfishness. Like that. Living in harmony. Hindu principles encourage helping others as a way to maintain societal harmony and fulfill one's dharma. Acts of humility and service are seen as expressions of the interconnectedness of all life, fostering unity and goodwill. By promoting humility and service, Hinduism emphasizes living in alignment with higher ideals and contributing to the well-being of all. Like all that. Next up, mercy. In Hinduism, mercy is deeply rooted in its principles of compassion, nonviolence, and selflessness. Here are some key teachings. Mercy as compassion, karuna. Mercy is seen as an expression of karuna, which involves feelings and acting with kindness towards others, especially those who are suffering. It is one of the essential qualities for living a righteous life. Ahimsa, nonviolence. The principle of ahimsa encourages individuals to avoid harming any living being, not just through actions, but also in thought and speech. A very important one these days. Mercy flows from ahimsa as it seeks to alleviate suffering and promote harmony. Forgiveness as an act of mercy. Forgiveness is considered an important virtue in Hinduism, often associated with mercy. Scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita teach that a forgiving and merciful heart leads to inner peace and spiritual growth. Divine mercy. Hindu deities are often seen as embodying mercy and grace. For example, Lord Vishnu is known for his divine mercy, rescuing devotees and restoring balance in the world. Devotees often seek the mercy of the divine through prayer, devotion, and selfless acts. Universal interconnectedness. Hinduism recognizes the interconnectedness of all beings. Acts of mercy towards others reflect the understanding that kindness and compassion contribute to the overall well-being of the world. Mercy as a form of compassion and selflessness aligns with the broader Hindu ideal of living in harmony with others and the universe. All right, next up in the commonalities, justice and fairness. In Hinduism, justice and fairness are deeply connected to the principles of dharma, moral order, karma, cause and effect, and the interconnectedness of all life. Here's how these concepts shape ideas of justice and fairness. Dharma as the foundation of justice. Dharma is a central concept in Hindu philosophy and represents the moral and ethical duties that uphold order in the universe. Justice and fairness are seen as living in alignment with Dharma, doing what is right and just in accordance with one's role, responsibility, and circumstances. Karma and accountability. The law of karma teaches that every action has consequences. Fairness is inherent in this principle, as individuals are ultimately responsible for their actions and will face the results, whether in this life or future lifetimes. Interesting concept. This cosmic system of justice ensures that everyone is treated fairly in the grand scheme of things. Justice tempered with compassion. Hindu texts such as the Bhagavad Gita emphasize the importance of balancing justice with compassion and mercy. A fair and just decision should take into account the context and seek to minimize the harm while upholding righteousness. Role of kings and governance. Ancient Hindu texts outline principles for fair governance and justice. Kings and rulers are advised to rule with fairness, protect the vulnerable, and act as impartial arbitrators in disputes, reflecting the divine principles of justice. Equality of souls. Hindu philosophy teaches that all beings are manifestations of the same divine essence. This belief in the unity of all life promotes fairness and justice, encouraging respect for all individuals regardless of status or background. Justice and fairness in Hinduism are not only societal ideals, but also spiritual principles that guide individuals toward harmony, balance, and ethical living. All right, next up on the commonalities is respect and kindness. Hinduism emphasizes respect and kindness as fundamental virtues deeply rooted in its teachings, philosophy, and practices. These values are seen as essential for living in harmony with oneself, others, and the world. Here are some key perspectives from Hinduism. Ahimsa, nonviolence. One of Hinduism's core principles is ahimsa, which calls for nonviolence in thought, word, and deed. It fosters kindness and respect for all living beings, recognizing the interconnectedness of life. All right, I'm going to try this one. Titha Devo Bhagava. Guest is God. Hospitality is a revered value in Hindu culture where guests are treated with the utmost respect and kindness, reflecting the belief that divine presence exists in everyone. Respect for diversity. Hinduism celebrates pluralism and acknowledges the divinity within each individual. The concept of namaste, a respectful greeting, signifies, I bow to the divine in you. Sorry for that pronunciation again. Seva, selfless service. Kindness is expressed through seva, or selfless service, which encourages helping others without expecting anything in return. Acts of charity and compassion are deeply valued. Karma and dharma. The principles of karma, action and its consequences, and dharma, duty, righteousness, emphasize acting kindly and respectfully as part of living a virtuous life. Compassion for all living beings. Respect for nature and animals is an integral part of Hindu teachings, as they are seen as part of the divine creation. All right, I like all that. Next up on the commonalities is gratitude. In Hinduism, gratitude is deeply woven into spiritual practice and daily life. It is not just an emotional, but a way of living and connecting with the divine and the world around us. Here are a few key aspects. Acknowledging the divine. Gratitude is often expressed toward the divine for the blessings of life, health, and abundance. Mantras and prayers are offerings during rituals reflect this acknowledgement. Karma and dharma. Gratitude aligns with the concept of dharma, righteous duty, and karma, cause and effect. By showing gratitude, individuals create positive energy that aligns with their spiritual growth. Okay. Respect for nature and others. Gratitude extends to honoring nature, elders, teachers, and even daily essentials like food and water. For example, the practice of offering food to the divine before eating is a way of expressing thanks. Scriptures and stories. Texts like the Bhagavad Gita emphasize contentment and thankfulness. The Gita, for instance, encourages seeing life's challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, which fosters a sense of gratitude. In essence, Hinduism sees gratitude as a state of mind that brings inner peace and strengthens one's connection to the universe. All right, I like all that. Next up on the commonalities, charity and generosity. In Hinduism, charity, dana, and generosity are highly valued virtues, rooted in the principles of compassion, selflessness, and duty. These acts are seen as essential for personal growth, spiritual progress, and creating a harmonious society. Here's a deeper look at how Hinduism views charity and generosity. Dana, the act of giving. The concept of dana is central to Hindu ethics. It refers to the act of giving freely and selflessly without expecting anything in return. It is considered a way to purify one's heart, reduce attachment to material possessions, and accumulate good karma. All right, we could all use some good karma. Types of giving. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verses 20 through 22, classifies charity into 3 types. All right, I'll try these. Sattvic dana, giving with pure intentions to a deserving recipient at the right time and place and without expecting anything in return. All right, Rajasic dana, giving with the expectation of rewards or recognition. Tamasic dana, giving thoughtlessly to an undeserving recipient or in a disrespectful manner. Charities for guidelines for charity. Charity is not merely an act of material giving, but also includes kindness, hospitality, and sharing knowledge. It is often directed towards supporting those in need, such as the poor, elderly, and sick, as well as maintaining temples or supporting scholars and spiritual teachers. Spiritual benefits. Acts of charity are believed to help the giver attain spiritual merit and progress on the path of liberation. Hindu texts also emphasize the importance of humility. While giving as true charity is not about gaining prestige, but uplifting others. Okay, I like all that. Festivals and rituals. Charity is integrated into festivals like Diwali and Makar Sankranta, where acts of generosity, such as donating food or clothing, are considered auspicious. All right, teachings from scriptures. The Vedas and epics like the Mahabharata and Ramayana are filled with stories and teachings that extol the virtues of generosity. For example, I can't pronounce this king's name, are celebrated for their selflessness and unwavering commitment to charity. In essence, Hinduism views charity and generosity as not only moral obligations, but also powerful spiritual practices that bring harmony to both individuals and society. Ah, yes. Next up, truthfulness. Here we go. In Hinduism, truthfulness, satya, is a central virtue and is considered fundamental to living a righteous and spiritually meaningful life. It is deeply intertwined with other key concepts like dharma, righteous duty, and ahisma, nonviolence. Here's how Hinduism approaches truthfulness. Truth as a divine principle. Boy, I like that right off the bat. You know, it's amazing having read this before and gone over it. It's just seeing it again just really jumps out at me sometimes. Truth, satya, is seen as the highest form of reality and is closely associated with the divine. The Rig Veda states, truth is one. Sages call it by different names. Truth is believed to align individuals with universal order and harmony. Ooh, I like that. Connection to Dharma. Living truthfully is part of fulfilling one's Dharma, moral duty. A truthful life reflects integrity and adherence to ethical principles which contribute to societal and cosmic balance. The practice of satya. The yamas outlined in the Yoga Sutra include satya, truthfulness, as one of the 5 ethical disciplines. Practicing truthfulness involves honesty in thought, speech, and actions while being mindful not to harm others. Scriptural teachings. Hindu scriptures emphasize the importance of truthfulness. The Mahabharata, for example, states, there is no virtue higher than truth. there is nothing more sinful than untruth. Boy, I like that, and I'm sorry I butchered the name. Stories such as that of King, here we go again, Harishchandra, who sacrificed everything to uphold truth, illustrates the value of unwavering commitment to truthfulness, balancing truth with compassion. While truthfulness is vital, Hinduism also acknowledges the importance of speaking truth in a way that does not harm others. Truth should be tempered with kindness and understanding. I like all that. Tough to do, but I like it. Spiritual growth. Truthfulness is considered a path to spiritual enlightenment as it helps individuals align with their true selves and the ultimate reality. In essence, truthfulness in Hinduism is not just a moral obligation, but a way to connect with the divine and uphold the principles of righteousness and harmony. Wow. Again, like I say, having read this and put this together, sometimes seeing it again and I guess recording it makes me comment on it more, and just a whole bunch of really great stuff in there, whether you go along with all the other beliefs or not. But I thought relating to the commonalities, gosh, and they have, special names for their deities and that relate to these. And I don't have a good understanding of it, obviously. But I do see that the commonalities relate to it. And that's the whole purpose of this video, being as long as it is and as rough as it was for me to get through it. If you did get through it, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And if you jumped to the end here, that's fine too. I also want to say again, I am not asking for any donations. Just if you'd like to donate to your favorite charity in the name of the commonalities, that would be great. And again, we'll be using this video for reference in future videos that will be more pertaining to current events. And so I'm hoping that to get these all done so that we can jump into, I hate to call it more fun stuff, but things that need to be talked about. Okay. Hope everybody's having a great day. And I'll have another video out for you tomorrow. See ya.